What's up, everybody? This is Scott Sexton with Andover Dog Training Center. Today I'm here with Miss Kiara. Kiara is a 12-week-old Mini Goldendoodle, and she is here with us for our very first Free Lesson Friday. She was our chosen candidate for this week, and she's just a wiggly, cute little girl. So we're just going to work on some little bitty basics with her and just kind of get her started in her obedience. And she wants to give all the kisses in the world. So what we're going to start with today, we have our treats, which is just a bill jack. We're going to use this to lure her into positions and kind of guide her and teach her the things that we want her to do. So we've got her on the slip leash right now. That way we can kind of control her little butt. And she's smelling all the doggies on the training table. So to start with, we're going to work on luring her. So we're going to take a treat and we're going to hold it in her hand, just under the thumb to where she can almost get it, but we don't want her to be able to get a hold of it. That way we can start luring her and teaching her to follow. Yes, good girl. She chose to sit there, and anytime she chooses to sit like that, I'm going to reward her. I'm going to let her know that's a good job. Yes, good girl. I'm using a marker word of yes to let her know she did a good job. Yes. I'm going to try to lure her away from the sit and then bring her into the sit. Yes, good girl. Right now, we're not using any words. We're not trying to name the command. We're just trying to get her to actually do the command. Once she starts to understand the motions, we will actually name it and teach her what that word means. Right now, we're just going through the motions. Come on. Come on. There we go. Because she's automatically sitting on her own, but I'm wanting to try to get her to sit. So I'm having to lure her out of the sit to get her to go into the sit so I can. Kiara. Kiara. Come on. Come on. I can see that. She likes her sit. Hey. Yes, good girl. Hey. Yes, good girl. Come. Come. There we go. So the thing with luring, when you're using luring, when a dog is standing and they have their nose towards the food, when the food goes up and their nose goes up, their butt usually goes down. And that's how we're going to work on teaching her that movement. Come on. Come on. I know you like your sit. I know. There we go. Food goes up, nose goes up, butt goes down. There we go. Since she's doing really good with her sit, we're going to try something a little different. We're going to take the treat just like that to where she can almost get it, and we're going to bring it down and get her working on that down. And then bring her up into the sit. We're going to work on our puppy sit-ups. Get her used to change of position. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Kiara. Yes. Hey. Hey. Right here. It's right here. Sit. Oh, I see. I see wiggles. There we go. Good job. The way that I'm holding it, she has to go down to try to get under the hand to get to the treats, which is bringing her naturally into that down position. Girl. Yes, good girl. Our slip leash fell off. Nope. Yes. Hey, it's right here. Right there. Nope. Yes, good girl. So with puppies, definitely this young of a puppy, they've got little squirrel goldfish brains. So you gotta give them some breaks every once in a while. That way they don't get bored or they just get too excited. So we're gonna give her a tiny little break. Let her sniff around. And we're gonna bring her back. Kiara, come. Good girl. Yes. Hey. Yes. Kiara. She's getting distracted. Little puppy brains. Yes. Nope. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Hey. Yes. All right, we're going to start throwing in the word that we're going to use for the commands. Now that she's starting, she's doing good with the luring. Sit. Yes, good girl. Down. Yes. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Sit. Yes. She's doing really good. She's definitely food motivated. She likes her treats. Here. Trying to lure her. There we go. Hey. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Good girl. At the end of the day, all dog training is a repetition. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over till the dog understands what the heck you want them to do. The dog doesn't speak English. Dog doesn't know words. They just associate your movements and your sounds when you do it the same way every time. Well, she's doing really good with this change of position with the luring. But like I said, dog training, they just learn by association. If every time they hear sit or every time I bring a treat up like that, they know they put their butt down. And that's how they learn. Yeah. You getting bored? Come here. Sit. This is why it's important to do different things. Make it interesting for pups. Because she's starting to get bored already. We've only been going for a couple minutes. But her little puppy brain gets bored. So we're going to try something else now. Now she's doing her sitting her down pretty good. We're going to try something else. We're going to put the slip lead back on her. There you go. There you go. I'm going to tighten it down. That way it doesn't slide off her little bitty head. All right, the next thing we're going to do, now that she is learning her sit, is we're going to start practicing the implied stay. So by implied stay, what I mean is when I tell her to sit, she needs to stay there until I release her. But to start, she needs to know what the release command is. So her release command is going to be break. Okay, so when we put her in a sit or a down or whatever we put her in, she needs to stay in that until we give her her break word. But we got to teach her what that means. So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to lure her to us. Kiara, come, 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 come. Have her sit. Break, break, here, here, break. And have her go to get the treat. Kiara, come, come, come. And this works on our recall too. Come. You finding floor treats? Yeah, I'm dropping floor treats. Sit. Break, break. Good girls. Kiara, come. Sit. Break. Good girl. Kiara, come. Nope. Come. Come, 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 come. Yes. Break. There you go. Good job. All right. Now that she's kind of understanding break, she's not 100% there, but we're going to try to work on that. So what we're going to do with the implied stay, there is 3 D's to dog training: distance, distraction, and duration. Distance being how far can I get away from the dog before they break command. Duration being how long will this dog actually hold position. And distraction being how crazy can I make it in here before the dog breaks position. So when we start, definitely with a tiny puppy like this, we want to start out at a base level of 0. So basically, I'm going to stand right next to her and just make her hold it for a couple of seconds and then have her to break it. And then we can start adding a few more seconds and a few more seconds and a few more seconds. And when we get to where she's actually holding 20, 30, 40 seconds, we can start taking steps away from her. This is our building blocks to the rest of our commands. Her implied stay is going to help with all of the other commands that we will work on. Hey, come, come, sit. Hey, nope, nope. Hey, sit. So I'm just going to have her sit there for a second. Break, baby, break. Good girl, come here. Come here. Good job. Come, come, come. Sit, sit. There we go. So we'll see how long she will actually hold it here. Nope. Come. That was actually pretty good for a little bitty puppy pup. Come. Come, 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 come. Sit. So now I'm just going to have her hold it for a few seconds. And I'm going to give her a break. I just wanted to kind of see where she was at. Kiara. Kiara. Come. Come. We got a little bucking bronco here. Come on. Right here. Sit. Good girl. Break. Break, 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 break. So now, since I know she is probably full, doesn't want any more treats, what I'm going to do, when I give her a break, I'm going to make it exciting and give her a bunch of loves. And let her know she's doing a really good job. Because eventually, when we are working on getting away from the treats, her reward is going to be the loves, the affections. So, if she's working with that right now, she's going to learn, hey, if I do the right thing, I get a bunch of pats. Here. Come. Sit. Hey, sit. Sit. Good girl. Girls. So I'm dropping her leash there because she's done pretty good with her implied stay. So I just want to give her a little bit of freedom there and kind of see if she will actually hold or if she will take off. Now I'm going to give her a break, 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 break. Good girl. Good job. See how she was all excited to run over and get into position to get her patties. Get her lovies. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's bring her back. Come. Come, 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 come. Sit. Sit. There we go. Dropping the leash again because she's a good girl. Getting a little bit of distance away from her. She's just a very smart little girl. She's still a little bit reluctant to want to just come to me. She gets her bucking bronco, but break, 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 break. Good girl. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. So one of the things that I just told her mama was definitely with a little puppy like this that's going to have a little bitty tummy, instead of feeding her in the morning, use her treats as training. So instead of feeding her plus having treats to try to train her with, just use her food as that training. Have that bond of feeding her from hand and getting her to actually listen to you and know the food comes from you. You get your rewards from me. And it's going to be more of a bonding thing than, oh, I'm just going to throw some food in a bowl you can eat and then we'll try to train later. Come. Sit. Drop the leash. Getting pretty good distance away from her. And since she's doing pretty good, I'm going to start adding a tiny bit of distraction. Yep. So I'm going to bring her back. Come. Here. Sit. The key to this is every time she gets up, bring her butt back to the same exact spot, which is why I have the tape on the floor so I know where it is that I've placed her. Yep. Come. Come, 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 come. Sit. There you go. Like I said, I just want to do a little bit of distraction, not a lot. Break. Good girls. Good job. Good job, girlfriend. Good job. Yeah, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're just so good. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Bring her right back. Sit. So she got up and moved. She just moved a little bit, but she moved. So I'm going to take her back to the same spot. Sit. Nope. Nope. Here. Sit. So I want you to think of this tiny puppy as a tiny little toddler. If you give them an inch, they will try to take a mile. So just because she only moved a little bit, still means she moved. So we have to put her back in the same spot. This is a lot of distraction for a little pup. Yep. Come. Come, 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 come. Come, 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 come. Sit. Right here. Right here. Right here. Sit. Girl. She's doing really good for her age. She's doing very good for her age. I know much older dogs that can't handle the tennis ball. Break! Break, 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 break! Good girls. Good job. So, the next thing that we're going to try for distractions is the doorbell. Because we want to get her desensitized to doorbells before she gets older and starts running to her door and jumping on people and barking when she hears doorbells. She's very interested, but she stayed like a good girl. Break! Good girl! Good girl. So she's figuring that break out. I'm pairing the break with grabbing the leash and giving her a little bit of leash pressure to try to teach her, hey, come towards me when I tell you to break. She's picking it up. Good girl. Come, come, come. The biggest problem that I've seen with her so far is she does not like the leash. She doesn't like to be led by the leash. She wants to walk where she wants to walk because she's a big girl. She chooses. Come on. Right there. Sit. Nope. Sit. Once she's in position, she's good, but walking to the position, she's not a fan of. So a lot of distraction. Doorbell and tennis ball. She's doing very good. Break. Break. Good girl. Good job. Good job, girlfriend.